Federico Faruffini, a visionary of historical emotion in Italian art. Federico Faruffini, 1833 to 1869, was an Italian painter and engraver whose emotionally charged historical and genre scenes marked a unique transition between Romanticism and Realism in 19th century Italian art. Though his life was tragically short, Faruffini's innovative approach, expressive brushwork, and humanistic storytelling left a lasting imprint on the Italian artistic landscape. Early life and education. Faruffini was born in Sesto San Giovanni, near Milan, on September 13, 1833. From a young age, he showed a deep interest in the arts. He studied at the Accademia di Belle Arti di Brera, one of Italy's most prestigious art schools, where he was exposed to the prevailing Romantic style and academic traditions. However, his restless spirit and curiosity pushed him to seek a more expressive and modern approach, diverging from the rigid canons of academic painting. Artistic development and influences. In the early stages of his career, Faruffini was influenced by both the Romantic painters and the historical themes popular in Italy at the time. But it was his exposure to Domenico Morelli and the group known as the Scapigliatura, a bohemian circle of artists and writers, that deeply impacted his style. The Scapigliatura, meaning disheveled, were known for their anti-academic and avant-garde ideals, and Faruffini embraced their emphasis on emotional truth and artistic freedom. Faruffini began to experiment with bold color contrasts, loose brushwork, and compositions filled with psychological depth. He also showed a growing interest in the lives of ordinary people, integrating realistic details and humane perspectives into otherwise grand historical narratives. Major works and themes. Faruffini's oeuvre is relatively small due to his premature death, but is rich in thematic diversity and artistic innovation. One of his most celebrated works is Sacrifice of Polyxena, 1865, a powerful composition that blends classical mythology with raw emotional intensity. The painting, exhibited at the Paris Salon, received international praise and established his reputation as an artist capable of combining historical grandeur with human sentiment. Another notable work is Galileo Galilei Before the Inquisition, in which Faruffini portrays the famed scientist in a moment of vulnerable introspection. The painting, both dramatic and intimate, reflects the artist's ability to capture the tension between individual conscience and institutional authority, an echo of the political and social struggles of his own time. Faruffini also produced numerous religious and genre scenes, often imbuing them with a profound sense of melancholy and moral complexity. His work suggests a continuous engagement with existential questions, expressed through muted tones, expressive lighting, and carefully constructed atmospheres. Technique and style. Faruffini's technique marked a departure from the polished surfaces of neoclassicism. He favored a more spontaneous, expressive method that anticipated later developments in European painting. His brushwork was often vigorous and textured, and he used color to evoke mood rather than strictly define form. This approach placed him at the crossroads of Romanticism, Realism, and early Impressionism, making him a transitional figure in Italian art history. Struggles and legacy. Despite his critical acclaim, Faruffini faced significant personal and financial hardships. He struggled to secure steady patronage, and his unconventional style was sometimes misunderstood by conservative audiences. Battling depression and disillusionment, he tragically took his own life in Perugia in December 1869, at the age of just 36. Faruffini's premature death cut short a career of immense promise, yet his influence persisted, especially among later